What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Many Thoughts with Dr. T show reviews. And today we are reviewing Never Ever Met. So I'm finally getting caught back up. Okay. At this point, my husband is like 3 episodes behind. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to join us again, y'all, but we'll see. So let me get this up here. Okay. So let's see where we are at. The very first scene, Charlie and Jared. So Charlie is FaceTiming her mom so that she can see her newborn, which I believe is 2 months old. Um, and it's like, is it just me, or would you guys come on a reality show knowing you have a 2-month old baby at home? I just think that's really, really crazy. And it's like, maybe if it was no, I wouldn't, but let's just say if it was some type of reality show where I could win $1,000,000, or I don't know, win a house, win a car, like something that was gonna change my life. But coming on a reality show to meet with some boyfriend that you haven't seen before, to stay in the house with him for 2 months, I told y'all she's not working with a full deck, and I'm just surprised the mama went along with it. You would have thought her mom would have been like, "Girl, no, that's crazy. Like, you need to be here with your baby." But nonetheless, that was the opening scene. So I don't understand that. But anyway, next, this was pretty funny. Irvin and Alicia. So Irvin and Alicia talk outside to tell each other pretty much. And remember, I told y'all this. We all seen it coming that it was over. Irvin was so over her. Remember, I told you on the last episode, like his body language was like, ugh, I don't even want to be like around you. So I didn't think it was gonna work. And sure enough, they are the first people to leave the house. So they go outside to tell each other that they want to end the process. Um and I could tell that Urban wanted a reaction out of Alicia, because y'all remember at first, the first thing he said was, I mean, I don't have much to say. Um, but then when she was okay with leaving as well, that's when he was like, oh, well, I gotta tell her about herself. Cause I think him, and this is in life too, what people are wanting out of you, right? If you're breaking up with somebody or whatever, they want you to be like, no, please, is it something we can work on? Uh, and when you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I feel the same way. Then they're like, oh, then they're not getting like the fix that they thought they would get out of you, like groveling and just being so upset and sad. So when you're just like, oh yeah, that's cool, that wasn't enough for Irvin, right? So then he was like, well, now I got to take digs at her and tell her how terrible of a person she is and all that, and maybe that'll get her revved up, right? And yeah, so that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to hurt her. He was trying to hurt her feelings. And so I didn't think that was cool. Even though some of the stuff he was saying was true, I didn't think that was cool. Because at first he was like, I don't really have a lot to say, but then he had so much to say. So his intention was not to break it off amicably. His intention was to go outside, break it off, and hurt her in the process. Um, but I'm glad he was honest. But he said that on camera. He said at the end, he did say he was looking for a reaction out of her. I was like, I knew it. So he was honest about that. It's still messed up. But what you can do to disarm somebody is take accountability and then don't give them the reaction. So if anybody ever comes at you like that, the quickest way to disarm them is to say, you know what, you're right. I could have done a better job. You're absolutely right. Um, and don't be yelling and all that. Just talking a regular tone. You right. I could have done some things better. I'm gonna work on that. Da, da. And that disarms them because they want a back and forth. Irvin wanted the back and forth. He wanted to hurt her. You see what I'm saying? So when you just keep it cool and take accountability and own it, you right. You right about it. There's nothing they could do, right? And so, and then talking in a low tone doesn't always mean you're being you're not being toxic either. So Irvin was like, "Well, I'm talking like this, so that means it's like, yeah, but your words are still hurtful, right? So just because you're talking in a low tone doesn't mean that you're not being hurtful." So anyway, I'm glad they're gone. They were never gonna work. I'm trying to think, did they ever work from the beginning? Because I think, oh yeah, so I remember the first episode I said that I think that she did not like him physically. I don't think she was attracted to him in some way. Sometimes when you see somebody on a phone or a screen versus seeing them in person, maybe he wasn't tall enough, short enough. I don't know, but that's what I got because she immediately didn't want to like be touch him or hug him. I was like, "Ooh, that's a problem." And sure enough, so I don't think they ever got off to a right foot. But and it was funny because Irvin tried to go on and on. The guys were just laughing at him. So I know when he watches this back, like we're watching it, I know he's gonna feel real stupid because he thought the guys were like feeling him and on his side, and they were just laughing behind his back. So I guess I can take this picture off the deck because we won't be seeing them anymore. So then we go over to Brittany and Ty. So Brittany is talking to Jared and Charlie about needing to have a conversation with Ty. As you remember in the last episode, she felt like Ty wasn't giving her enough attention, that he was doing everything for everybody else in the house but her. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get over a cold. And so she's talking to Jared and Charlie about her needing to have a conversation with Ty about what happened at that pool, how they kind of got loud with each other. Um, and Brittany, she's very calm and low energy. And I'm not gonna say low energy, that's not the right word, but she's very more reserved and calm, like myself. And so I can see how she didn't want to get in a confrontation with Ty. She was like dreading having this conversation. But it's like y'all are at this house together all day, 24 hours a day. So it's not like y'all can go to work and you don't gotta have to see him. I'm like, girl, just go ahead and get the conversation over. Cause you're gonna have to be in the house with him all day. So why walk on eggshells, and make it awkward? Because the longer you let conversations go, the more it gets awkward. So the best thing to do is just get it out the way. Um, and I think that Brittany, because again, people, I don't know. I keep going back to this. I clocked this so quick. Like the first episode, he jokes too much. He plays too much. He looks like a dad, somebody's dad. Like, what's going on here? But I think Brittany might have got lost in the compliments because that's what she keeps going back to. He said he was going to cook for me. He used to say how pretty I was, and he da 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 da. So I think she just got lost in that. And I think she overlooked probably his personality because he cannot stop joking. So I don't know how this is all of a sudden a problem now. I'm like, he was always doing that. So, but I think she just let it go because she enjoyed the praise that he was giving her, in my opinion. So then they do a group activity. Um, and again, y'all, I just always say most of the activities on these shows are just so dumb. I don't know what they're getting out of it. But they go to do improv for some reason at a theater, and nothing really came out of this scene. I thought, what's her name? Alexis. I thought she was about to ratchet it up a little bit, but she didn't because she was the last one to go. And they were like, Alexis, you hadn't gone. And she was like, I have trust issues. And Chris was like, what you mean? So I thought something was about to happen there, but it didn't. Um, so yeah, nothing really happened with this scene. I don't even know why they showed this. But I think I would be so good at improv because I love to joke. I'm a comedian at heart and I'm really good off the cuff. So I think I want to try improv. I think I'll be good at that. But anyway, so nothing came of that. And then we went to Brandon and Kiki. So on the ride back, Brandon asked Kiki why she isn't affectionate with him. And she says because she didn't have an affectionate family growing up. And this situation is really messed up because Brandon does seem like a really good guy, a genuine guy. And it's messed up that Kiki is doing him like this because it's like I need to see this fiance or whoever ex that she's just not over. Because in her confessionals, they asked her like, "Do you still love your ex?" and she didn't say anything. So I don't know why she's stringing Brandon along. Because obviously her ex cheated on her. He's allegedly had other kids. So I'm not sure why she's hung up on this guy, but because of that, you can tell that she can't really open up with Brandon. Because in the back of her mind, she still is hung up on this ex. So that's why, like, she can't hug him and kiss him. And she always, oh, I'm tired. I gotta go upstairs. Oh, I'm tired. I gotta go to the bed. Or I'm tired, tired. She's always making up these excuses. So it's kind of, this is really messed up. This situation, and then what Jared is doing to Charlie is messed up as well. Um, and what Clay is doing Tatiana. Everybody doing wrong except for Cinco and Jay. They're the only people that haven't had any drama the whole time. Um yeah, so oh yeah, and the other thing that was funny. So they were in a car, right? And Clay and Tatiana are sitting behind them in the back seat. And so they're talking about, Brandon's upset because he's not getting enough affection. Meanwhile, Clay and Tatiana are like kissing in the back. I was like, dang, y'all, that's messed up. I mean, y'all couldn't wait. So I thought that was kind of messed up that they were doing that while they were, complaining about, or Brandon rather, was complaining about not getting affection. um, and two, that's another thing that makes online dating a little bit more difficult because you're not able to detect the person's love language as easy as you would be in person. So Brandon didn't know that Kiki wasn't affectionate because they're always talking to each other over a screen. You see what I'm saying? So that's what makes online dating a little bit more tricky. My love language is acts of service, okay? I don't need physical touch. I don't need no gifts. I just need you to pick up that vacuum cleaner, okay? That's how I know you love me. So that is mine, acts of service. All right, so then next they are at dinner and they play another one of these dinner games, which the producers are making them play because they try to stir up the mess. And I feel like, remember I told y'all, um, Clay hasn't told Tatiana that he has this baby, right? And the producers are not gonna bring you on this show and you got this juicy secret and you not tell the secret. So I told you, I was like, the producers are gonna stir up something so that this comes out. So I felt like this is what this was about. So they played this game where everybody had to answer. So there would be a statement made and then they had to say which couple they thought addresses that statement. And I think the question was like who has the most secrets or something, like who has a secret or something like that. And like everybody put Clay and Tatiana I can't remember exactly what it was. But I'm like, Tatiana, hello, are you there? Like I would have demanded to know right then and there, like, wait, what secret? What are y'all talking about? I'm confusion, right? And so I'm not sure why she didn't do that. Like, I'm not sure what she thought the secret, and not unless she thought it was the whole vegan thing. Maybe she thought that's what they meant by that. But yeah, so that's gonna be a mess whenever that does come out. I think it's very close to getting leaked. Probably the next episode. And it was funny because you could see how nervous Clay was too. He was looking like, "Oh Lord, please don't let them say anything." That was funny. He just kept eating his food, like. So yeah. And then, really the rest of the episode I felt like was just Ty and Brittany. I was like, dang, is this their episode? I mean, it was scene after scene after scene. Uh, so Ty and Brittany finally have their conversation about that blow up at the pool. Um, Ty apologizes, but he thinks that Brittany wants him to cater to her hand and foot. And Brittany still thinks that he's there for everybody else but her. And I'm normally a good reader of people, but we only can see the footage that the production team gives us. And I don't know whose side to be on here. Like, from the footage that they've showed us, Brittany is absolutely correct. They have shown, Ty, playing pool and being with the guys and joking and cooking and talking to everybody else. So I do believe Brittany has a valid point on that. But I'm trying to understand Ty's side because they haven't shown us, at least I haven't seen, because he's saying, I'm not good enough for her. Like, I can't reach the bar that she wants me to reach. And she's asking me to do all the stuff and cater to her hand and foot. But I'm not saying it's not happening, but like, I haven't seen that. Like, I haven't seen something where, for example, Brittany says, "Hey Ty, can you get me some drink?" And he brings the drink, and she's like, "I said no ice." Like I was looking for something where I'm like, "Yeah, Brittany's being unreasonable." So I haven't seen that. So I'm not sure if Ty is making that up, or maybe in his head, maybe it's truth to him in his head. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Um, but I do believe Brittany and that Ty. To me, it seems like they got like a homie vibe going. It's not giving romance to me, like I said. Um, I'm not sure if she can see that or not. Because a relationship should go both ways, you know what I'm saying? So if that is happening, then, they need to kind of be serving each other. So I don't know. Um, and I do feel like, again, this is my theory. People that joke all the time and everything's a punchline and they gotta have you laughing all the time. They do that because they're insecure about who they really are and they can't be serious. And that brings on a needing for acceptance. So I can't for with Ty's personality, again, I don't know him in real life, but I can see him needing to go, around the guys and need people to like him, and doing jokes and then yeah, because I want to be a part of the cool guys clique and type of thing. So that might be what's happening. Um, so then in the next thing, so they have that conversation. I think I don't know if they kind of agree to disagree, but they kind of said that they're gonna do better. But I don't know if anything was really resolved. So then Ty's brother and Brittany's mom comes to the house to talk to them. And I don't know if any of y'all watched Later Daters on Netflix. It was one of those shows that I think the Obamas produced or maybe Michelle produced. But Brittany's mom, I was wondering, was that the lady? I can't remember what her name was. Annalise or something like that. I was wondering, she looked so familiar. And I was like, I wonder if that's that lady from Later Daters. I don't know. Y'all can let me know if that's her or not. But anyway, so Brittany's mom comes and Ty's brother come to the house to talk to them. And they both tell their family how things are going in the house. And then they all sit down together and they're able, so they can try to be able to hear each other out and come to some type of compromise. And y'all, when Ty's brother came, Ty couldn't even greet his brother without a joke. I mean, it's just a lot. I forgot what it was he said. He's like, "Yeah, it's the player from the Himalayas." That. I'm just like, "Oh my god." He just can't stop. He can't turn it off. Um what I'm always looking for, because I think they're gonna do this with couples, they're gonna have somebody I'm sorry, y'all. They're gonna have somebody from their family to come to sit with them, and I'm always listening to see if they're gonna give an accurate account of what's happening or if they're gonna try to twist it. So I was trying to see how Ty was talking to his brother and what how Brittany was talking to her mom. For the most part, it seems like they stuck to their stories and they kept it straight. So I'll give them both credit for that. Um uh So not too much happened with the brother and the mom. I think, they just recounted the situation again. And again, they I think for real this time, more than when they met outside. I think they agreed that they were going to try to do better. Ty, maybe he was unaware. Sometimes people just are not aware of their actions, what they're doing. So he said he was gonna do a better job of spending time with her, and then she was gonna do a better job of being nicer to him. So that's kinda where they left that. But I am concerned because, the honeymoon phase, that's when you wanna talk on the phone all night, and you wanna text all day, and you wanna be around each other and not give each other space. So the fact that they're in the honeymoon stage and they're already having issues, I think that's a red flag, and this is probably not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna get any better. You normally start off on a high and then you kinda, slowly start having your own space, and, you don't quite call as much or text as much, and you kinda get into a normal state. Um, but yeah, you think you've been seeing this person online for 3 months. By the time you meet them in person, you think you'd be excited and you wanna be around them, and, "Yeah, baby, come here, let me make you a drink. Come on, let's go play cards. Come on, let's do this, let's do this." You think you would be excited, so the fact that that's not happening is concerning for me, and, I don't think that they're gonna work. I think they're trying to be cordial as possible, but I can't see this. I can't see it working. Um So then they play again, I told you this is like their show. They play a game of questions on the couch. And one thing that Ty said is that he's unfamiliar with her son and doesn't know how that whole dynamic is gonna work. And Brittany has a 3-year-old son. And I don't know about y'all, but and this is me talking, this is my opinion. I would never date anybody that has a child that's 2 years old or younger. I feel like that's too fresh. That's like a brand new baby, and you're probably still, in my opinion, messing with the baby mama and baby daddy. Like, y'all probably still got something going. To me, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, I need the child to be like 8. Like, I need that to have been a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, like, cause I have a 2-year-old, I have an 8-month-old, I have a 7-year-old, like, they are a lot of work. My 7-year-old, not so much, but the younger 2, they're a lot of work. They can't be unsupervised. So if she has a 3-year-old, he's always gonna be in the space, in the mix. At least if it's a 7, 8, 9-year-old, they can be in that room off somewhere, you know what I mean? But so the little kids, just the amount of work, I would really have to like that person a lot to take on, a small child. Because, if y'all dating, y'all end up getting married, you can't just be like, "Well, that's your child." Like, nah, you gotta get up too. You gotta make them food. You gotta dress them and take them here and there and all this type of stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know how he's really gonna feel about that. It's one thing to say like, "Yeah, it's cool. You having a child is cool." It's one thing to say that, and then to actually have to be in that environment and do the work is, something totally different. So, if they don't have the connection and the bond, and he doesn't really like her or isn't into her, like, as we're seeing, I just don't think adding a child, I just don't think it's gonna work out. So then, Brittany had a question, and it was something like, what was her first impression of Ty? And she said that she thought he was crazy, and then this sent Ty on a whole joke spiral. What kinda crazy? She was like, "Oh, like, funny crazy." And then he's like, "What do I have loose screws? How many screws? Are you gonna tighten them? Oh, so you responsible for the maintenance and the upkeep?" I'm just like, "Oh my lord, y'all." I'm just looking at it on the screen and I'm cringing, like, I can't take him. You can't have a regular conversation with him without it being a joke, like, that's tough. He's just got to figure out how to turn that off. It's just so tiring, and, poor Brittany. She just needs to tell him because she keeps laughing. So then he thinks it's cool, and then he's just never gonna stop, so but anyway, that was the episode. I'm really looking forward to next episode. I'm hoping that the information about Clay and their baby can finally come out. I'm like, dang, I gotta wait till the last episode. That needs to come out. And the information about Kiki and that ex. So I'm hoping we get the tea on that next episode. Okay. So that should be good. All right. All caught up now. And so y'all have a good weekend. And I'll come to y'all next week with the next episode. See ya.